It's time for our Sunday specials, and our first story focuses on victims of workplace accidents who have been given a lifeline from the National Social Investment Trust Fund as enrollees of the Employee Compensation Act. Beneficiaries shared their joy with senior correspondent Joke Adisa in this report.
52-year-old Samuel Okudere Osondo is a father of 8. He has worked as a staff of the Enugu Electricity Distribution Company since 2014. His world literally came to an end on the 5th of October 2017 while on duty at the Imo State University back gate. Having duly signed the outage paper to Uguoji, Samuel Osondo headed to his place of assignment on the ill-fated day without an inkling of what fate has in stock for him. He was rounding up his task when the unexpected happened.
Immediately I thought that yellow face to bring it to close the line that I'm working on with. The thing struck me. I was on a pole more than 1 hour. Something knocked me, called my name. What am I doing there? That is how I'm seeing you, talking to you today.
Samuel Osondo was rushed to the orthopedic hospital in Enugu, and by the time the dust settled, a once able-bodied man had lost a leg and an arm. He joined the League of Persons with Disabilities, and since then, life has been difficult as mobility became a big issue. Although he admits the EEDC still pays his salaries, Samuel Osondo says the loss of his body part was a huge setback. But while the father of 8 is lucky to still be on the employ of his company, 32-year-old Sanusi Sefula is not. He also had an accident in the line of duty some 5 years ago where he lost his limb. He appreciates the support from his company but says his salaries have now been stopped.
I am grateful to God because I am doing well now. I have been taken care of. I can walk with my artificial leg and do other things.
Samuel Osondo and Sanusi Sefula are 2 of the over 50 beneficiaries of prosthetics and orthotics under the Employee Compensation Act of the NSITF. The ECA 2010 is a social security and welfare scheme designed to provide comprehensive compensation to employees who suffer from occupational diseases or sustain injuries arising from accidents at workplace or in the course of employment. With the scheme, employees cutting across formal and informal sectors are mandated to contribute 1% of a worker's earnings with the NSITF. Payment of compensation by the employer to the employee presupposes that the employee owes the employer a duty of care. Where the worker sustains injuries, becomes ill, or dies in work-related circumstances, the employer is liable to pay compensation to the worker or his or her dependents in the event of death. All beneficiaries here have been brought from across the country to get the artificial body parts that make them live their lives all over again.
And our goal is to help these beneficiaries, and indeed any worker involved in accident, to get back to their normal life. I must add that a lot of the people here are on our monthly payment, our monthly payroll, because some of them are out of job.
These victims of workplace accidents are full of gratitude for the opportunity to weather the storm. They can now overcome the stigmatization that comes from the society.
I don't wear normal slippers. I'm already wearing shoes as it's paying me for my leg all the time.
They pay me such amount. They tell me that will be continue paying me monthly. So since then till now, they are paying me monthly.
The NSITF has partnered with the Nigerian company to provide prosthetics and orthotics to the survivors of workplace accidents. The organization says Nigerians can now have customized body parts after amputation, away from off-the-shelf products.
You don't have to use a manual. By the time you give the command from the brain, like what he's going to do now. Once he gives the command, the hands, like when you feel like, let me open my hand, the hand opens, and when you like, let me close my hand, the hand closes.
Despite the efforts NSITF has made in the lives of these accident victims, they still appeal for support from well-meaning citizens to make them pick up the pieces of their lives.
Samuel Osondo will certainly do more for their organizations once they are rest assured of a shoulder to lean on in the event of the unexpected. And so, organizations in the formal and informal sectors are implored to key into insurance schemes such as the Employee Compensation Act for their workers in furtherance of their duty of care. Joke Edsa, TVC News, Abuja.
And with that, it's a wrap on the news at 10 tonight, which also featured our Sunday specials. Many thanks for being a part of it, and on behalf of all of us here, have a pleasant night rest. Good night.